Hello everyone, my name's Gary, this is Small Scale Big Dreams. Today we're going to talk about Chris's Railmotor and what we've been doing with that for the last on and off 12 months or so. Well, I've been mainly prioritising my engine, but I've done a bit of work to it. We just did some tests and I'm going to take you through it, so enjoy. Alright, so Chris's Railmotor, it's been here for a little while, it's been under covers, I've kept it out of the way while I've been prioritising the 9F. It's quite an old machine. I think his granddad had it before him and sadly passed away. Chris has provided me most of the footage you're going to see in this video. I'd also just like to say, I haven't done much work to it. The main problem we kind of have is, I think it's quite heavily worn out. And as you're going to see, we air tested it here just to check the lubricator, which was the primary issue with it at the time that we knew of. And I had to change a pipe as well, make a bit better of a connection between this little tender and the engine. Yeah, so you're going to see now, we're going to see some running footage of her here on air and in Steam. So I hope you enjoy that, and then we'll come back to you and I'll tell you how we've got on. Pretty good.
Try again.
Right. Righto.
Oh, come on.
Ah, cool. Yeah.
On the main crank.
Yeah. You don't have a bypass for it or anything?
There's bypass.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, there you are.
All right. Seems okay, doesn't she?
Yeah. The injector's a bit spatty, but it's working. It's bobbing up and down.
Okay, so there's some of the footage. We cut the running steam session down. We cut it short. We was having trouble getting water into the boiler. She was due a steam test anyway, and we were thinking maybe get a steam test on her. I think her hydraulic would run out back end of this year, so Chris could have like last season, little and large, I guess, with a 9F go running and that kind of stuff. But it kind of became quite clear that there's quite a lot of fittings on there that need overhauling. The engine itself's really due a bottom end. It would have probably lasted the rest of the year, but not much beyond there. And it soon became clear that getting water in the boiler was very, very troublesome. The water started to drop, and we said, right, we'll stop it. So we ended up pulling the fire out on the bench and leaving it to cool off. And then Chris and myself had a sit down and sort of decided what we wanted to do next. So I think Chris has decided now we'll leave the Railmotor in one piece, because there's no point in ripping it apart to do all the work to it, because he doesn't have facilities at home at the moment. I've got some facilities here, but not for another entire engine in pieces. Okay, the 9F is back together, but there's still a manor on the desk. There's still the sort of running repairs that all 5-inch gauge steam engines or 7 1/4 or whatever steam engine needs. I've still got quite a few bits and pieces to help do with Barry and his meter maid at this stage. It was kind of decided, let's keep it in one piece. He can take it home, pop it on his mantelpiece or whatever he wants to do with it, displayed. So we're nice and secure in one piece, knowing that when we come back to it, it'll need a full everything, full rebuild. But that the boiler was okay, and all that kind of thing. So there's a good start there, and there's probably not a massive amount wrong with it. But by the time we'd done the Railmotor, we couldn't move on to Chris's other engine, and that's in the next video. So we'll talk about his next engine in the next video. It's kind of a unique one, really kind of quirky, and it's going to take me a bit of time. I'm still not 100% au fait with what's gone on with it, but it should be quite interesting. In fact, it's just the other side of the workshop off camera. I've got the boiler here, just doing some checks on it, and then we're going to see what it'll take hydraulic wise. But yeah, it should be quite an interesting little process, that one. So the boiler is, the backdrop to that engine is, there's a club members very recently, Chris has bought it after he passed. It's quite unique, which is quite interesting, but it's obviously been inside in someone's shed for a while. There's some work to do to it, but not as much as what the Railmotor would take. So we'll leave the Railmotor in one piece. We'll move on to this other engine, which is technically already in bits. It's the boiler's here, the chassis is at Chris's. He's going to do a lot of clean-up work to the chassis, and we'll see if anything needs doing. I'll check the boiler over here, and we'll have a look at that. And then we'll look at fittings and fixtures and all the other bits and pieces that go into making a working steam engine. We'll take you along for that ride. He seems happy for us to do that. Just wanted to the Railmotor's been here a long time. It's probably lurking in the back of quite a few videos. I thought we'd better just wrap that saga up first before we move on to the next one. But yeah, so quite an interesting video. Thank you ever so much. That'll be kind of the next content videos. Still got the manor. I'm still doing some work. I will build a video on that. That's at quite an interesting stage, because I'm starting to think about really getting the inside motion assembled and making sure it's checked over. Channel wise, everything, we're still over 1,000 subscribers, which is great, because we were kind of 98, 99, 1,000, dropped down to a couple. I don't know how that works, but it's just fantastic. Thank you ever so much for all your engagement. Thank you for watching. Please do like, share and subscribe. And we'll see you all in the next one. Thanks again.